Peace. Kofa, G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment. Wake your glass up. What's going on, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Today is April 20th, 2025, the year of our Lord. The time is now 7:30 p.m. That is Eastern Standard Time in the lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia. Once again, I am your humble host, Kofa, Kofa, not coffee, not kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa. Easy to say, easy to spell. Thank y'all for being in here. Again, this is G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment, where growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. And this is where we help men find a positive fuck it. Before we get started, go ahead and get the general housekeeping out of the way. You see the Cash App, you see the Cash App, you see the PayPal on the screen. You've been in these YouTube streets long enough. You know how to use super chat, super stickers. But if you don't want to donate and support monetarily, I understand. It's cool. I'm not going to shake my tin cup a lot. But what you will do is take your shoes off before you come in my house.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Meaning, hit the like button. The like button is free. So take your shoes off when you come in my house. Hit the like button. The like button is free. With that said, before I get to the comments and we get to rolling, I'm going to hit y'all with Randy.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely. And
Bring it back on me. Again, thank y'all for being in here. Let's get out to these shout outs. First and foremost of the night is Sister Felicia. She says, good evening, Kofa, the Mod Squad, and chat.
You go, girl!
I appreciate you being in here, sis. Brother Malika in the building as always. He says, peace, Kofa, and the chat.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Wash Gamer says, peace to all. Peace to you, good brother. I appreciate you being in here.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Bring it back over here on me. So I don't know how long we're gonna cook tonight, but I am very appreciative of the new subscribers. If anybody's checking me out on YouTube for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I go live now at least like maybe 1 to 3 times a week. We're gonna try to figure it out as we go along. As Kevin Samuels used to say, we're gonna build the plane as we fly it. But tonight, I want to talk about black men finally making a move. And we're really going to talk about the hurdles that keep us from making those moves a lot of times. And a lot of those times, those things are personal to us. Majority of what we go through, gentlemen, we love telling the women to take accountability. But a lot of what we go through is self-inflicted. This is why I'm so adamant about what I talk about, why I get so passionate, how I earned the name Toothpick Kofa, because I know I went on a rant one night. Like, this shit is not a joke to me. Again, YouTube is YouTube. They're gonna, remove content, slap your hand, push you down the algorithm if you use words like murder or suicide. Over here on G.R.O.W.T.H, we use real words. You know why? Because I'm talking to real people, and these are real life situations. I've grown tired of this social media space myself in doing this, because even in trying to build each other up, there's always like a sprinkle of entertainment, but it always has to be on some plantation mammy type of shit entertainment. And it's become annoying to me. Like, sometimes I'm scrolling and I'm just like, and then it's a low boiling contempt for some of these, I guess, major platforms. It is not a jealousy thing as far as numbers, but I'm like, damn, they have such a huge platform and nobody gives a fuck about black men for real.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Even when we have men on these platforms to discuss, it either got to be something just super, super fucking deep or surface level bullshit. And right here in this gray space where I believe they've forgotten about the average day-to-day brother, I guess that's where I fit in. So if you could please hit that like button and share the content. If you really want to see a brother like me have these type of discussions and try to build this platform to better, get me in the algorithm. Y'all could take this, chop it up, drop it on TikTok, drop it on Instagram. I'm going to start trying to push that more, because again, I believe we're getting lost in the sauce, just the day-to-day brother. We're getting lost in the sauce with either this celebrity stuff or athletes with podcasts. Again, they have the popularity, so I'm not surprised. But they have these huge platforms and huge followings, and we forget the foundational pieces of what got a lot of men to where they're at, good and bad. We tend to leave that out. So we're going to talk about some of the hurdles, and that it's time for black men to make a move. And then I'm going to get a little bit deeper into time in another show, either later this week or next week. Again, I got to make a run and see the Prince Crown. So I got to go see my boy this weekend. But we're going to tackle this tonight. So with that said, these are going to be the talking points of tonight. I'm just running them down to you. Give me one quick second. Who else we got in here? Mona go. Hey, she says, "Hey, stranger, what's going on, sis?"
You go, girl.
I appreciate you being in here as always. Let's keep going. Let me see. So these are going to be the topics tonight. So we are going to be talking about breaking the martyr. A lot of brothers have a martyr syndrome. The power of no, one of my newfound favorites. Finance/cost. Healing without shame is a big one. And that's the wrong thing. I don't have to bring up that other point because I thought I changed that. But apparently I did it. Not the power through manipulation. We talked about that last time. Let me give y'all that other talking point real quick. The fifth talking point is going to be coming. It's just going to be general talk about long-term visions and strategies. So with that said, let's go ahead and get to cooking about stopping being the martyr. This is our first hurdle that a lot of brothers got to overcome because we get so accustomed to doing things for everybody else. So let me bring that up. Boom. Bring the martyr. Let's get into this clip. And I'm going to just let it run. It's actually 2 that's chopped up. So I'm going to just let it run all the way through. And then I'll come back and talk about it.
Want to be belonged to because we don't want to be alone. We'll do things, we'll compromise, we'll please people. And then guess what? It'll break us because we're pleasing them and it displeases us. So those wounds cause us to dumb down ourselves, to be around people who's not even capable to pour into us. But we do it because we just want the company. Listen, when you don't deal with the wounds, bro, it'll cause you to settle in relationships, careers, anything that's available to make you feel better about yourself. You'll settle.
Because you have no direction, no identity, no sense of self.
Because your self-esteem is broken, because the wounds of a mother's there. There's roots to everything. We don't just do something because we're bad people. We do stuff because there's a root to it.
Yeah.
There's a root cause for everything. People that rob, kill, there's a root cause to them. A lot of these times, they're not bad people.
Right.
They're not. They just had a bad circumstance that caused them made a bad choice.
Right.
Man, bro, we're
This group or channel is called Black Man Safe Haven. Up there on the screen just to make sure I get them credit. And you guys can follow them as you see fit.
Having a good conversation about this right now, bro. I hope people are really being able to pull out of this. I know they are. But I want to ask.
Bring it back on me. So in that space, that brother was talking about the self-sacrificing. We've talked about it many times on this channel. I told y'all, I don't mind falling on my sword. I had to get to the point where I stopped falling on my sword. And now I use that same sword to take motherfuckers' heads off because it's necessary.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Instead of putting myself in situations where it really doesn't benefit me and I'm doing more of the pouring into that I'm getting back, I had to learn how to move in those situations where I can't pour from an empty cup. And I know it's other brothers in the chat that have been through that too. You have taken care of the household. You have taken care of the children that aren't yours, whether you're dating their mom or not. Because sometimes a lot of children that we take care of are family members' kids. Again, I'll use the example all the time. Your sister got 2 and 3 kids by 2 and 3 different men, but you the only damn daddy they know as the uncle, or you're the big cousin, or you're just the guy around the neighborhood, or you're the younger man in church that some of the younger people can kind of gravitate to on a age level or whatnot. So we take care of a lot of people. We do not get the credit that we deserve, and we end up putting ourselves in situations, especially other people's family situations. Again, stepfatherhood, just using that as an example, where you end up being the martyr. You're dead, whether inside, financially, or literally, you are dead and gone. And these people are still continuing to live on. They have forgotten all the information you gave them. They forgot all the opportunities you tried to provide for them. They forgot your simple hard work. And you're dead and gone, and they still out here living this fucked up plantation-minded ass living. Still stuck in the hood, no interest on getting out. Still stuck in the country, no interest on leaving. But you done bust your ass to feed people. You done given up your time and your money and your effort to take care of people. You are martyring yourself. That is a big hurdle you need to get over, bro. You need to be able to see who's appreciative and see who isn't. And then you start moving accordingly. Don't feel bad because you're not around this person. They may be struggling worse than anybody damn body. But you know they have a lack of appreciation. They have a tendency to monkey branch from this person to this person. It's the same thing. We see it all the time in the Black Christian church. Something happens over at this church, they go find a new church home. Something happens then, I didn't like that sermon the pastor preached today because the motherfucker was talking about your ass. And then they go over here and find a new church home. Same thing with relationships. We talk about these women monkey branching from one dude to another. The women to tell you themselves, well, one nigga won't do, the next man will, and they'll leave. They'll leave. So people will glean off of what you don't see in your damn self. This again is why I tell y'all all the time, bro, you matter. You're not crazy. If you can do that work for other people, why the fuck aren't you doing it for yourself? Why are you essentially being a martyr, running into a hail of bullets that you not gonna stop? You run into a hail of bullets to try to help somebody behind you, and they just gonna sit there and watch you do that shit. Gone are those days where it's prideful and honor and chivalrous to go out here and sacrifice on over and over and over. Those days have been gone. And I'm not just talking about the women when I'm saying that people don't support it. When I say people, I mean men and women. Some of your homeboys in your fucking circle. You were the first guy with the car in the group, right? How much gas money did you just let get in and out your passenger seat? Nah, bro, I got you. Don't worry about it. That's my guy. We look out for each other. Circle back around. He wouldn't even put in a job for you. I mean, putting the word of his job for you. Knowing you was qualified. He was the guy that always had the chicks. Never hook you up with anybody, right? But you always made sure that man was there on time because you were using your car. Just using that as an example. Again, I've done it. It's so many people that I have gone to visit from college up until, last few recent years. And my father used to tell me about it. But I'm like, yeah, but I would want them to do that for me. You think they ever did it? No. When I say from college to my late 30s, I have torn up. Anybody down here in the South know that Highway 85 is a major highway in the South. Highway 75 is a major highway in the South. Highway 65, major highway. I can drive those highways blindfolded. The amount of people I have jumped across state lines to go visit and see, spending my time, my gas, just to make sure we still had some type of relationship. I live in black ass, well, not anymore, but used to be black ass, wokety woke, major city, Atlanta, Georgia. Ask me how many times those same people have made their way up those same highways to come see me.
But wait, it gets worse.
That's a donut. Start taking out that martyrdom. In the red pill centric, men centric community, we often say that it's your simp chip. Take away that martyrdom, bro. That's a first hill you have to get over, because naturally a lot of men want to do things for other people. You want to be that leader. You want to be, show that strength, whether or not it may not be physical strength, but your provision, your ability to be there. Again, I was very self-sacrificing. I was Mr. Available. Even if I didn't have it going on, something going on, even if I did have something going on, I might stop it to help somebody out. if I deem their situation more important than mine. Let me tell y'all something. There is nothing more important than your situation. Unless somebody's sick, dying, just genuinely in a fucked up position, they can find another way to the damn store. You lay your ass on that couch and finish getting your goddamn nap because you tired as fuck and you've been working all goddamn week.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
That's the work you've already been doing. But now you got to stop your break, your little peace time to go help somebody else. That's going to lead us to point number 2. We're going to keep on cooking. Let me get y'all comments too. Next one we're going to talk about is the power of no. But let me get to y'all comments. I got Mo. Everybody speaking. That's cool. DG in the building as promised. Salute, good brother.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Brother Malika says facts. Indeed, brother. I really appreciate that. This is the power of no. I'm going to play 2 little short clips. Now, the first one, this one was so powerful to me, and it was so simple. This is from Ice-T. I think he was on Big Boy show. Hold on, let me get Malika's comment real quick before we keep moving. Brother Malika says, Kofa, I've said this many times. We black men are seen as disposable, expendable, and irrelevant to the world and to the black women in our community. It's many a time, bro.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
We are tools many a time. Pedantic foot in the building. Excuse me, in the building. He says, good to see me back. I appreciate it, good bro. Good to be back. Thank you, thank you. I've been here a couple of weeks now, pretty consistently. Really over the last, I'd say, few months, you know, again, having to go see my son on the weekends and stuff like that right now as I'm waiting on this custody. But that's another story. That's one, that's going to be one for the books, again, when I come back around and talk about that. But I appreciate you being in here, good brother. But let's keep going with this power of no. Again, Ice-T dropped a jewel, and he said it in such a simple way. I really don't want y'all to miss it, so please pay attention.
When you say yes, you turn someone else's problems into yours.
Yeah, man.
Give you an example. Jose says to me, Ice, can you take me to the airport? I say, yeah, man, I got you. I got to get up. I got to get gas in my car. I got to be on time. I got to pick Jose up. I got to get him to the airport. And guess what? If I'm late, he gets to be mad at me.
Right.
Wow. I just turned his problem
into yours.
So sometimes you just got to say, nah, man, I'm not the one. I can't do that right now.
That one was so powerful to me. It's like when he started talking about the steps, because we really don't take into consideration the steps that we have to do. It's like, yeah, I'll take you to the store. I'll drop you off at work. I'll take you to the airport. I got to get up, put on my clothes, get in my car, get in traffic to go get that person, pick that person up, get back into traffic to get them to the airport. And guess what? I got to do all of this on time. First of all, I got to leave my house initially in a good amount of time, just in case I do got to stop and get gas or I do get into traffic. Because if I don't get them there because I agreed to do it, man of my word, that person gets to be mad at me. Stop putting yourselves in positions where you don't have to be there. It sucks, but the person he used as an example, Jose would have just had to pay for an Uber or a taxi or ask somebody else. But again, brothers, I want y'all to realize this, because the people are coming to you to ask you for things because they know, one, you'll do it. One, they know that you will do it. Two, they know you're capable of doing it. Even if they know who they can ask. Even if you may struggle to get it done, again, the getting up, getting the gas, getting in the car, driving across town, picking that person up, they know you'll do it. They also ask kind of simultaneously, or 1A, 1B, they know you're capable of doing it. Again, many are like Kofa, Mr. Consistent, Mr. Available. You're there. And now you're pissed off Because on your way home from dropping this motherfucker off at the airport, somebody rear-ended you.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
And all that shit stems from because you didn't say no. I've been dropping it in every other chat that I see about being a stepfather. Kind of pivoting, but staying on topic as well. Being a stepdad got me a real son. The way that day went, I play it back in my head all the time. All I had to do was say no. That's all the fuck I had to do. The events that led up to that, to her even being in my vicinity, where I could have that moment of weakness, because Kofa's a human being too. When I had that moment of weakness, had I said no 2 days prior to that, my son wouldn't be here. Had I said no and not listened to other people, I would have got snipped 4 or 5 years ago at the beginning of COVID, when I initially started thinking about it. But letting people play in my head, well, what if you find a good woman and black love and this. This is why I go so hard on these topics, because I have already martyred myself. Back to point number 1. I've already martyred myself. And now I got to take on that accountability, responsibility, and keep following on this sword. Now I'm at the point where I had to realize it's so many people that love a martyr for killing themselves to protect that individual person, but they don't respect a martyr because, nigga, you stupid. I wouldn't do that shit for you. And then as soon as you start being strategically selfish, no longer the martyr, you learn how to say no. Now you're the one with the issue. Let me get to y'all comments. I got another video about this power of saying no. Where we at? Let me see. DG tried to give my son a nickname. He says, "How's the sheriff?" That's my son's nickname for DG, but I don't call him that shit. My son's name is Crown.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
No news. Salute to you. No nos. Excuse me. I can't read y'all. No. Salute to you. Let me see. DG says, "Yep, it's okay to say no." Indeed. Sister Almanize in the building.
You go, girl.
Appreciate you being in here. JT back in the building. Salute, brother. I appreciate you being in here. But let me get back to what I was saying. Had I said no, my son wouldn't be here. 48 hours prior to me getting back in the vicinity with his mom, because I've told y'all the story, but I don't want the new people to think I just got a son out the blue over some one night stand or some broad I just met. No, me and her had a previous relationship. But anyways, had I said no, he wouldn't be here. I would be on YouTube more. I wouldn't have to run back and forth to Alabama and to the court and trying to figure this shit out. But I didn't say no. And you got to be able to trust yourself to say no. You got to give yourself enough space to be strategically selfish. As I said earlier, let me see. It's okay to put yourself first. I had to look back over at my notes. It's okay to put yourself first, guys. I don't want, and this could be for anyone, but I'm talking to men, black men in particular. But it's okay to tell somebody no. It's not the end of the fucking world. And the other part of that no is not feeling bad about it. Let that shit go. They'll figure it out. Because guess what? When it comes down to getting something real done, they're going to ask you first. When it comes down to something fun, let's say a kickback, use woman for example, going out with her, treating you, you're going to get asked last. She just won these tickets from the radio station. You weren't her first choice. She tried to get the other dudes to go, but that uncultured swine that she likes to sleep with doesn't want to go to this particular artist, or doesn't want to go to this museum, or try this particular outing. So she gives you a call last. Her car broke down. She's stranded. She needs Mr. Available, Mr. Reliable. She calls you first. Learn how to say no, not feel bad about it, and deal with whatever quote unquote consequences come from that. Be able to move the fuck on. Let me play this other one just to drive this point home.
So why are you single?
Because I don't want a girlfriend.
Just that, simply put.
Now, if y'all can't hear it, I'm gonna pause it real quick. So these are just different chopped up clips. The kind of piano in the background is a little bit too loud, so you can't hear everybody's voice. But this is why this is kind of with men talking about why they don't want to be in relationships. But I'm going to bring it back to the power of saying no, but I'm gonna let it run. So if you can't hear it good, the vocals, forgive me. Again, snatch this clip off of TikTok, so the piano's kind of loud, but bear with me. Just hear what you can, and we'll circle back to it.
Why are you single?
Because I don't want a girlfriend.
Just that, simply put.
Yeah. I started to understand women a little bit more as I got, well, early on I understood that, like, she's not mine. Even if she may be my girlfriend, she might be influenced by other people.
No, hey,
I don't trip on that relationship. If we having a good time for a moment, then cool. If you end up venturing off, and I do too, it is what it is.
How do you ensure that it's your woman?
You can't. That's her decision.
What you mean you can't? I feel like as a man, you know when a woman is really invested in you.
No, you don't. And that's what men be scared of. Because once you get into that space where you think you know that, and then some bad shit happen, and it can catch you completely off guard, that shit can ruin your life. The men don't bounce back from hard breakups.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Don't just say you love me all day. Like, I don't care about that. Show me. That's the difference.
I'm gonna run that back, and I'm gonna stop it.
So why are you single?
So this is Kevin Durant, and they're asking him why he's single, and he's simply saying, I don't want a girlfriend. Hard stop. Period. That's it? It's just that simple? Yes. Then they start peeling the layers back of the why. But be able to give that hard stop, no. Because I said so. That's how I feel. Be able to give that hard stop. I'm gonna let it play.
I don't want a girlfriend.
Just that, simply put.
Yeah. I started to understand women a little bit more as I got, well, early on I understood that, like, she's not mine. Even if she may be my girlfriend, she might be influenced by other people.
No, hey, bro.
He's talking in the context of girlfriend, even though she's not mine. She may be my girlfriend, but she's still influenced by others. It's so many other factors that are influencing the situation that you put yourself in, Kofa. It's so many other outside factors that you think you're handling right, and you very well may be. You could be a great husband, great boyfriend, or I'm not even gonna say that the P word, partner. I'm not even gonna say that shit. You could be a great boyfriend, great husband, situationship, great friend, great family member, whatever the case may be. There's still outside factors weighing in on the person that you're dealing with. You could be doing everything right. The day he or she decides to venture off. It's a lot of us that grew up with friends playing video games, playing basketball. By the time we hit our late teens, early 20s, these motherfuckers decided they wanted to be gangsters. All of them ain't make it. Could have stayed in this nerdy bubble with us chilling on Friday nights. Maybe go out, fuck with some chicks. Or this dude got a girlfriend, so we don't see him as much as anymore. But some of us decided to jump off the porch. And a lot of them brothers ain't survived. Other factors were weighing in on your homeboy. And you had to decide on whether or not you was going to keep riding with him. Because you knew what type of time he was on. Your actions had to give a hard no. You leaving and going to college was your hard no. You going in the military was your hard no. You taking that job was your hard no. Be good with giving a hard no and leaving it that. And if people want to ask more questions, don't get upset about, I get hit with this shit all the time. Why are you one of them other niggas? Y'all hate women. You just be, you think you the next Kevin Sam. You on YouTube? You know how many times I get them fucking questions from goofy ass folks? and a lot of time goofy ass, grown ass fucking black men. I'm gonna keep letting it run.
Trip on that relationship. If we having a good time for a moment, then cool. If you end up venturing off, and I do too, it is what it is.
How do you ensure that it's your woman?
You can't. That's her decision.
What you mean you can't? I feel like as a man, you know when a woman.
I'm gonna pause it right there. That's brother Carlos Miller from 85 South Show. I guess they were talking about relationships again. How can you guarantee? She said a girl, woman, or whatever. But I'm just saying a situation. You cannot guarantee anything. The only thing you can guarantee is yourself. I told people I was having another conversation again, because again, I have these conversations offline, not based on online content. Well, Kofa, why aren't you married? How are you 43 and you ain't never been married? I tried. I put forth an effort. Shit didn't work out for me. I done took my L's. Well, you can still get married. I'm in a space now where I don't want to be. That's my hard no. Well, why don't you want to be? The shit that I've achieved is something I wanted to achieve with a wife, because time went on and I'm willing to work like I was in those other relationships. I had to be willing to work for myself and my child at the time. So the car, the house, the savings, all that shit, I was able to achieve that by myself. Why would I get married now? But I constantly get pushback, and I get pushback from women like what's on the screen. Brothers, beware of this woman. She might love you to death. This could be your sister. This could be your favorite female cousin. This might be your damn mama. This your homegirl again that you sung in the children's choir with coming up. But she's telling Carlos how she feels, what she believes a man should do. Beware of these fucking women that tell you as a black man with lived fucking experience what you're supposed to be doing and what you're supposed to know and how you're supposed to do it and how you're supposed to know it and how you're supposed to prove it. Beware of these women. I'm not talking down on sis. Don't know her from Eve. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit, but watch how immediate her answer is for this brother giving a clear-cut definition and hard stop answer.
That's her decision.
What you mean you can't? I feel like as a man, you know when a woman is really invested in you.
No, you don't. And that's what men be scared of. Because once you get into that space where you think you know that, and then some bad shit happen, and it can catch you completely off guard, that shit can ruin your life. The men don't bounce back from hard breakups.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Don't just say you love me all day. Like, I don't care about that. Show me. That's the difference.
Bring it back on me. Again, the power of no, gentlemen. Be able to give a hard no. Let me get over here to these comments. I saw some people coming in. Where do we leave off at? Let me scroll. Y'all was in here cooking. I heard y'all coming in. Brother Malika says, exactly. I appreciate that. Wash Gamer says, as a man, bitch, shut up.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
DG says, right. I've been there so many times for people when I was up. But when I crashed, most disappeared on me. Not gonna lie, it still hurts. I know, bro. You know, we have our conversations. Death the Reaper in the building says, what's up, brother Kofa? Salute to you. Appreciate you being in here. As always, big sister.
You go, girl!
Sister Messy in the building. She says, I'm here. I appreciate you, sis. I know you was over there cooking on your channel. She says, shout out to the chat and Growth Talk with Kofa. I appreciate you being in here, sis. Chelsea in the building. What's going on, sis?
You go, girl!
She shouts out everybody. Let's keep on scrolling. Who else we got in here? Look, DJ, I'm not getting involved with you and Messy. Let me keep on scrolling. I'm glad everybody in here speaking. Degenerate XR says, hey, y'all, Growth Talk with Kofa. What's up, brother? Appreciate you being in here. Been a little second, but I'm glad you're back. I'm glad I'm back. Shit. More consistent. Death the Reaper says, I stopped listening after hearing as a man.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And you know what, Death? I had to teach myself to bite and grin my back teeth and just bear it and keep listening. You know why? Because one of the coldest things, and this is how I kind of really got my footing and rolling on YouTube and being able to talk the shit that I'm talking, and why so many people can relate that do come in here, what I'm talking about, whether it's a man or a woman, black or white, because I took the time to shut the fuck up and just let women talk and tell on themselves. I started noticing a pattern about that as a man. I've been hearing all these new age, again, social media psychology talks we're having. I was having this shit back in college, back in the early 2000s. But I was the guy that I don't drink. I've never been a drinker. So I've always been very attentive and very aware. I was the guy that had to remind everybody what the fuck they did and said a couple of nights ago when we was kicking it and your ass had got a little bit too drunk and somebody had to drive you home. Like, damn, I did that? Yeah, man, your memory is amazing. Well, my best friend I grew up with, I remember a lot of shit that happened when we grew up. And he's still to this day like, damn, you remember when you said, yeah, I remember. Like, it's nothing to me. And I'm not saying I'm remember everything, but it's a lot of stuff that other people have missed over the years that I caught on to. So when they do say that as a man, I just learned to smile. Because one of the coldest things to do, bro, is throw their words back at them.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Because they will look you dead in the face and say, I never even said that. Yes, you did. We was over Rodney house. It was 4th of July kickback. His mama had came through and hung out with us for about 30 minutes, but she said she was going to leave. She just wanted to drop off the banana pudding. She know we was getting ready to start smoking our weed, and she was going home because she had to go to church early the next day. Yes, the fuck you did say that, bitch.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And you know what, Death? That woman going to look you right back in the face and be like, damn, I did say that, huh? So bite your teeth and grinning, bruh. I know I hate to hear that shit too, but like, just deal with it and be able to throw that shit back in their face. Anyway, Deborah Reaper says, was that Missouri? From the Show Me State? That Missouri? Brother Malika says, never listen or pay attention to a woman who says, I feel a man should.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Deb says, yep. Messi says, so you say I feel a woman should in response? Is that how we if that's how we should answer, Messi? Give me a second. The Helenthropist surfer. I gotta look that word up. Somebody look that shit up for me. That sounds smart. What's going on, brother? He says, yield them no quarter. Degenerate XR says, true that. My peeps can't stand me because I keep them receipts.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Oh, we gonna keep on going. But I just wanted to point that out, brothers, of the power of saying no, hard stop, meaning it, leaving it the fuck alone. It is what it is. People are gonna be mad. They're gonna be upset about it. Again, and my mother taught me that. You gotta be able to say no and not feel bad. Walk the fuck away. Again, women do this shit all the time. We always say they're the softer, gentler sex because they'll cry and all that shit. These are some cunning, conniving, cold-hearted bitches.
Nasty bitch.
When a woman don't want to do something, she ain't gonna do it. I don't want to go there. That's walking too much. It's hot. It's cold. Who all over there? I don't feel like it. I'm sleepy. I feel like my period coming on. Oh shit, I'm late. No, let me see in the house because it might come on while we out there. I don't want to go over there. I don't want to do that. Why are you still friends with him? You used to talk to her? Hell no, I ain't finna talk to you. I don't even like that bitch. You done slept with her? No.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Y'all let me know when I start lying to y'all. Women are gonna do anything they don't want to do. So as a fucking man, bruh, stop feeling bad. I know it's naturally in us to try to take care of other people. We get a bad rap because these fuck niggas out here are so good at getting multiple people, one dude to have multiple people up under his sway because he got such a good talk game, that now it paints a picture like it's the majority of us when it's onesie-twosie guys here and there. The majority of us don't feel bad to take care of a kid that isn't ours, whether it's through coaching, mentoring, or we're in a relationship with their mother. We do this shit all the time. But when you go through that and you're the person taking these L's, Again, that's why I started with the martyr. Stop fucking sacrificing yourself. Be able to say no. Mean that shit. Move the fuck on without feeling bad. Now we're going to get to the third talking point. Let me bring this down. Bring up the next one. This one, I'm not going to talk about investing and all that. I'm going to talk about the finance and the cost of not saying no. I do these things in succession for a reason. Let me get to some of y'all comments real quick. Malika says facts. Chelsea says that's a good impression, Kofa. 10 out of 10 acting. I appreciate it.
You go, girl.
Let me see. The Philanthropist Surfer says, Malika McBain, what up? I'm a paleoanthropologist enthusiast. All right, then. Messi says, Boyce has all the answers.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
And Messi is laughing because you know y'all quick. Child, who finna do that? Y'all will give a no in a heartbeat, brother. Stop feeling bad for that shit. Pandante said, hotter than lava tonight. I appreciate it. Sister Alma says, how these chicks don't know when they period coming. Horrible. Hot. Man, this shit.
Wait, it gets worse.
Oh, I might have to steal that shit. Alma comes back. She says, sis, I'm going to have to cover Boyce on an After Dark stream. He too much. Oh, Lord. Y'all going in on the doctor. Financing costs. Let's get to this next video so we can keep on rolling with the night. We have to talk about the finance and cost of not saying no, of being the martyr, self-sacrificing instead of being strategically selfish. Whether it's financial, emotional, the brother Carlos alluded to it. Again, there's so many men that put so much out there. And I've said it before. I've had to tell my personal friends this before. Men take it worse when we break up. And let me tell you why I mean what I mean. When you're usually talking to women, again, this where shutting the fuck up sometimes, fellas, and just listening to women. This is why I can give these talking points and I can go so hard, because I've listened. Not too much pushback you're going to be able to give me. I've listened to women I've let them give me ammo for years. I had to tell my homegirl, men take it way worse when there's a breakup. The reason why we take it worse is because we have the responsibility of taking care of the finances. So we have lost money. I said men. I didn't say the tall 12-year-olds y'all like to fuck.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Men have spent the money, have spent the time, have spent the energy, the happy wife, happy life syndrome. Or we could take all those and just put it into a courtship. The guy's trying. Now, yeah, he wants some ass too, but he actually like your dumb ass, ladies. Then there's a split. We ain't talking no more. I'm going to go over here. I decided to be with this guy. So this brother done spent time, money, energy, effort for however long he did and still didn't get the ass. Somebody that didn't do anything got it. Or in a situation of an actual marriage or a long-term relationship, this man has done all those things and now you get to leave with his resources, 9 times out of 10, his children. And if he does have access to his children, that means he had to go in and out of that courtroom trying to get documentation, fight it. And if he can't just prove that you're a piece of shit human being, he can't see his children just because you felt like it. When you listen to women talk about a breakup or a relationship, what's the main thing they talk about? It's the same thing most women lead their lives with. Their fucking feelings.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
He hurt my feelings. It broke my heart. He disappointed me so bad. That let me down. Okay, even if you don't want me, why would you do that to my children? You know my children love you. You're the only father they have. You've been around for so long. You know my mama like you. You don't even call her no more. Guilt trip, feeling. But as men, we lose tangible things versus feelings. This is why I say men don't take the breakup well. You know why? It's been a month since you done found a new dick to sit on. Even if you don't like the guy like that, he can make you feel a little bit better. Like Messy Michonne says, giving all that pleasure.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
He can make you feel something. I get a reminder every month through alimony, child support, check garnishment. So again, when y'all are telling men to go fucking heal, how's he supposed to heal when once a month somebody, system, the government, you, the children, whatever the fuck, are constantly ripping the scab off? So I want you to hear this guy's story about the finance and the cost of not saying no and not being strategically selfish.
So how much did my divorce cost me? Well, this is a fantastic question. There's direct and there's indirect costs. Direct costs, I lost $106,000 out of my 401k retirement plan I spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half the equity in the home, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cash, and savings that I also spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half of all the non-liquid assets like furniture, household goods, electronics, cars. Keep in mind, I paid for all of these. And this is in addition to financially supporting her and her/our daughter for 17 years, which is many hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm now broke, live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and have a negative net worth for the first time since I was, 25. Indirect costs: my job, my sobriety, my self-worth, my masculinity, my hope for the future, my ability to trust women again, my belief in God, my pride, my motivation, my physical health. I don't know, let's just say everything.
I'm gonna run that back. We're gonna play that beat again. We're gonna run that beat back, because some of y'all need to hear that twice. This is exactly what I was talking about. He went to the financial cost. Again, the inability to say no to a single mom. Sorry, ladies, if you are, but just is what it is. I know it's an ongoing conversation out there, but these are some of the reasons why. And I don't know how many men got to come out and tell their stories of the reason why. Time after time after time. We're going to listen to this shit again. I just gave you the 2 parts when I was giving my monologue. He just gave you 2 parts of his. There was a financial loss, and then there was an emotional cost of not being able to say no. I'm using this clip for a specific reason because, again, I look at marriages, I guess, from a traditional lens, and how everybody likes to frame marriage from a traditional lens of just 2 people, no cheating, no open marriages, the way they remixed it. But when we get on these podcasts, we love to fucking talk about from a traditional standpoint. So assuming this man is telling the truth, the timbre of his voice, unless he's a great fucking actor, is telling us he's telling the truth. Because I've raised her/our, that was my baby too, for 17 years, which I'm assuming is through high school. So he came into that girl's life when she was 1 year old. Did 17 years worth of work. This is why that's the emotional cost. The financial cost came in with that $106,000 that he talked about from his 401k that he had been building for the last 20 years. But he'd been with his now ex-wife for at least 17. We'll just assume, we'll say they was together 2 years, and then the last 15 years they were actually married. Let's run that back again, because some of y'all ain't fucking hearing me.
So how much did my divorce cost me? Well, this is a fantastic question. There's direct and there's indirect costs. Direct costs, I lost $106,000 out of my 401k retirement plan I spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half the equity in the home, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cash, and savings that I also spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half of all the non-liquid assets like furniture, household goods, electronics, cars. Keep in mind, I paid for all of these. And this is in addition to financially supporting her and her/our daughter for 17 years, which is many hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm now broke, live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and have a negative net worth for the first time since I was, 25. Indirect costs: my job, my sobriety, my self-worth, my masculinity, my hope for the future, my ability to trust women again, my belief in God, my pride, my motivation, my physical health. I don't know, let's just say everything.
Bring it back on me, I think. Shit. Try to. There. Bring it back on me. So we listened to that twice. Brothers, be aware, again, of the financial potential loss and the cost of not saying no. It weighs heavy on a lot of brothers to this day. They are still digging themselves out of a hole because they've played the martyr. Again, Kofa situation. I could use my son as an example. Played the martyr of trying to help her mom out. I didn't say no. Being a stepdad got me a real son. That's more financial cost for me. By the grace of God, I've worked my ass off and I have it. But again, me tearing up the road going to Alabama, my black ass is supposed to be tearing up a damn plane runway and be in Colombia. But I got responsibilities to handle now. Why? Because I didn't say no. Be able to walk away from helping people because they'll love to remind you that you're not helpful the minute that you can't help them. They'll use you while you're doing the thing for them. Because again, you're Mr. Reliable. You're Mr. Available. I know because I did it. Be able to say no, stand on that shit, or suffer these financial costs, loss and cost. Let's get to y'all comments real quick. Where we said, oh, y'all talking about voice. Message was talking about that background music. Said I love this music. I can go to sleep to it. Almanaz says, Boyce out here like a 12-year-old boy that just saw his first titty. I'm talking about over his wife. Surfer says, Boyce is to intelligence what cancer is to life.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Y'all stupid as hell. Surfer back at it. He says, Patrice O'Neal was right. Them loving us and us liking them is perfection. True indeed. No says, MEAT, your meat. Money, energy, attention, and time. Shout out to CGA. You got to protect all that. Almanaz says, liking me is not enough. I'll let y'all have that one and not banter back and forth. Surfer says, meanwhile, they give a fuck all about your feelings. True indeed. Watch Gamer says, this was heartbreaking. Indeed it was, bro. Oh, let me get BT in the building. He says, yo, you about to go live in a minute, right, bro? Y'all make sure when we finish up here, y'all go slide over and holler at BT. BT, I'm gonna be tardy. I'm gonna finish cooking over here. I'm glad you're back in the States safely with the fam. Tell everybody I said what's up.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Back to Watch Gamer. Indeed, bro, that was heartbreaking to hear. Again, that emotional cost, because now this man has lost faith in God, apparently. Because guess what? That's who he took his vows in front of. He believed in that. Everybody's not going to think the same, y'all. So when people get to talk about religion or God or even the zodiac and all that, I tend not to shame them, even if I don't believe in that stuff or put a lot of emphasis on it. And I'm a very fucking spiritual person. Again, I told y'all I'm Muslim, but also spiritual in that realm of all these different practices, because I believe Allah gave us different avenues to bring us back to the Most High. But again, we're not going to get into all that. But that man has lost faith in God. He's lost 9 times out of 10 faith in church. Probably lost faith in other people around him that knew she was getting ready to leave, depending on how the situation played out. Or they picked a side and chose her side. And like I've always said from day one on this channel, Daddy always end up with the rinky-dink apartment, the broke down ass car, and asking, can he see his children? And that daughter wasn't his, but now he's in his probably 30s or 40s without a legacy or a child of his own. which is also something scary that Carlos was talking about. We put ourselves in these situations, then shit go left and you just get to leave. That's what we're afraid of. We're not afraid of commitment. We're not afraid of loving you. We're not avoiding marriage. We're avoiding divorce.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
That's the fear a lot of men have. But again, brothers, I want you to do away with the fear and just stand solid on that no. I told y'all no was one of my favorite words now because I'd never used it before. So it's like I just took it out the box within these last few years like a kid with a brand new toy. And I'm going to play with it. I'm going to play with it. I'm going to play with that shit until I fucking break it. No is one of my favorite words. No. Why not? Cuz. One thing I've learned about being so passionate and doing what I do, brothers, and y'all probably see that also when you're having interaction with your family and friends and stuff like that, when you show some stoicism, some apathy, because there's only so much cussing you out I can do. It's only so many times I'm gonna tell you to suck my dick. Not picking up that goddamn phone, not answering texts, walking the fuck away, that's gonna irk a lot more people's soul than you cussing them out. Fucking trust me when I tell you.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Surfer says, women love men most who don't love them back. The Crow, indeed. But Watch Gamer says, rewind. RBN in the building. What's going on, good brother? Through the fire, brother TJ. He says, checking in from the white man's job.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
No says, I can believe it. Surfer says, imagine that being purposely done to you by someone you dedicated everything to. But 17 plus years ain't nothing to sneeze at, dedicating that to a child. And I'm almost willing to bet that girl probably don't even call that man. So brothers, that we're gonna have a whole episode of stop being stepdads. No shot to anybody out there that is a stepdad that has a good situation. There is a fucking reason why brothers are saying that shit. It's a reason why it's being said and being popularized on social media, which I hate, because we really need to be having these damn conversations at cigar lounges.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Sister Messi says, I'm back. I appreciate you. Almanar says, so did the drinking start before or after divorce? I'm assuming after, or it turned up. He said, what? It cost him his sobriety? He must have stopped for the divorce, for the new baby girl, the new life he was leading, and probably had a setback. Where we at? Let me see everybody speaking. Surfer says, SYSBM, Michonne.
You go, girl!
SYSBM is the only way. Why should we, Black American men, lament the passing of the ADOS community? Surfer says, BGS was right, indeed. Messi says, oh my. Messi also says, viewer discretion is advised. But yeah, brothers, being able to walk away. See, right here. Brother Malika. Exactly. Silence, ignoring, and setting boundaries, no, with no contact is more deadly and effective than any argument or physical fight.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
With that said, we're going to slide over to, what the hell just happened? My bad. We're going to slide over to point number 4. Let me get my notes up. Fancy little iPad I just got. So this is healing without shame. So this again is the mental and emotional impact of it. Slide over, and again, our favorite set the internet on fire last year, and apparently he's still cooking.
If you can list the fucked up things that have happened in your life and you can put that on a list, and you somehow made it past all of this to be in a position where you can still go make some stuff happen, That's what you have in common with every hero of every story, of every autobiography, of every... Wow. Is that how much happened to you that should have broke you, that did not break you, so that you were able to then fucking ride. Amen. Amen.
One more time. If I'm gonna double up on the struggles, I'm gonna double up on a positive word. So one more time for Cat.
If you can list the fucked up things that have happened in your life and you can put that on a list, and you somehow made it past all of this to be in a position where you can still go make some stuff happen, that's what you have in common with every hero of every story, of every autobiography, of every... Wow. Is that how much happened to you that should have broke you, that did not break you, so that you were able to then fucking ride. Amen. Amen.
Bring it back on me, and he gets one of these.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
I see y'all came in here cooking with that one. Let's see. Brother RBN said, I would super chat, but I tricked off all my allowance on Michonne the last 2 days. And will trick the rest tomorrow. Simping ain't easy.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
I know you've been out of pocket for a minute, bro. I saw you pop in the chat. Malika says to the video, facts and fucking truth. Indeed, bro.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Surfer says 100, 100, 100. Indeed, bro. And I tell brothers that all the time. This is the healing without shame. This is where you get the finding a positive fuck it from Growth Talk. This is why I named the channel what I named it. Gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. That healing, once again, is not always going to be the prettiest thing. When you get cut, again, this is the book. Still writing the book. But the title for the book, again, is Scar Tissue. I used to be a good black man. And I called it scar tissue because if you cut yourself, you're going to bleed. It could swell up. It's going to start to heal, but it's going to get itchy. It's going to scab over. It might turn yellow. It's going to turn purple in different colors. It's going to be an ugly process. Then you're going to fuck around, have an accident because maybe you didn't learn your lesson hard enough the first time. And that scab is going to get ripped off again. So now you got to start the process over again. So don't nobody steal that shit. I'm putting it out here on the internet first. The title of Kofa's book is Scar Tissue. I used to be a good black man. But it's for that of naming it that title is because of the healing without shame. You got injured. Gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. You have to go through that healing process. And as crazy as I talk, let people tell it, they say, oh, you need to go somewhere and heal. Bitch, you have no fucking clue.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
You have no clue the dark places in my mind in itself that I have walked through. This is healing for me. This is healed for me. Hurt Kofa was quiet. Y'all didn't know Hurt Kofa. He wouldn't dare get on camera. Wouldn't dare. And be as open and transparent as I know I've been on this channel. That was Hurt Kofa, because Hurt Kofa was shame. Heal Kofa don't give a fuck. Again, I'll fall on my sword, but I'll also use that bitch to take your head off.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
And it's not about being some big time YouTuber or podcaster or anything like that. I have these conversations, but because again, there's a space that isn't being tapped into. And I'm not just tapping into that space because it's there. That's all the fuck I know how to do. I've never been a celebrity. I haven't been in no damn professional league. So I can't have a podcast that gets millions of subscribers just because I played in the NFL or NBA. I'm not some popular skit artist on Instagram and went from Vine to Instagram to TikTok. I'm not that guy. But what I am is a average everyday brother, maybe above average depending on what categories we're talking about. I'm just a cool dude. I want to smoke my cigars, chill the fuck at my damn house that I'm paying mortgage on. So I want to go out in the city of Atlanta and pay goddamn 18 to 20% motherfucking gratuity just because I goddamn left my fucking house and wanted to damn interact with your establishment, Atlanta, Georgia. I just want to lay back and chill, but I also done been through some shit. But as much as I've been through, I've been able to heal without shame, ignore what other people were talking about because I took it on for a long time. The embarrassment, the belittling, the jokes, the snide-ass remarks, the rejection, whether it was at a job. Hell, I just got rejected from another job not too long ago, just last year. But it's okay. I got something else working. Take out the shame from yourself, gentlemen. Stop beating yourself up. Let me get to these super chats. And we got one more point, and then we're going to slide. Miss Michonne with the 20 bomb. She says, in honor of my simping friend, RBN, shout out to Kofa. Great stream. I appreciate you, sis. Let me go ahead and hit you with the 20 spot.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
And because that was for RBN, we're going to go ahead and hit you with the thick donations.
I'ma just bless her. I chew. Baby girl, you with the winners. How could you lose? Like her too. Many different flavors. How can I choose?
You running in the wrong direction, ma.
Back on me. I appreciate that, man. I know that last one wasn't your Steve's, but that was for TJ. Let's keep on going. Who else we got? Had another super chat come in. Surfer with the $5 bomb. He says, I used to go by my government name, Stephen Dunn, and different pick, but still in Japan. Keep grinding. Okay, now I know who you are, brother. I appreciate you being in here, Steve. I appreciate you coming back, bro. And your ass still ain't told us what the hell Sahelanthropus means. I need you to drop that definition in the chat because I'm trying to educate myself and the masses because I don't know what the fuck that means. But drop it in the chat for me. I appreciate y'all. Hold on, let me see. Machismo TV in the building says salute. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all, how's everything down there in still down there in good old Colombia? Mm-hmm.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Dead Reaper, I don't know if y'all laughing at my mini rant. Oh no, y'all laughing at Michonne. Never mind. Malika says, Kofa, great title and subtitle. I can't wait to read it. I appreciate it, brother. Degenerate, still that messy Michonne. Lord. I appreciate that. Chelsea, I appreciate you, sis. Death Reaper, just with the eyes. I appreciate that, good brother. But yeah, brothers, we got to be able to heal without shame. I'm going to tie this in with the last point, which is pretty much becoming king. Y'all know I have a thing for chess, thus the thumbnail. Strategy, vision, and long game. I'm going to cap it on this one, but on this particular point, I didn't bring it up on the screen. But let's go over what we went over tonight. Again, I like to tell you what I'm going to tell you, then tell you what I told you. So that might be the army instructions in me in providing classes. Look, I got $2 from TJ. Look, I'm balling. Can't tell me shit because I know he been over there supporting the shit out of Michonne. But I appreciate your last $2, bro. He says, I found this in the couch.
These last $2.
I appreciate it, bro. And because I know it might have been your last, I appreciate all the
donations, gifts.
I appreciate that. Messing Michonne back at it. You know, big sis be balling. But she hit me with a 20 bomb. She says, this is in honor of Reaper. Men support even when they crusty, dusty, and musty. I love them still, and I mean y'all.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
I appreciate that, Sister Mess. What we gonna hit you with this time? $20 bomb? Shit, I was on Machismo. about being down there in Colombia. So shit, I might have to go down there and
I got the money for the booty.
What?
I got the money for the booty.
I know some of y'all don't like that shit. That shit is hilarious to me. Every time sis be like, shit, I cannot let him hang out with my damn brothers no more. I appreciate you, Michonne. Thank you, sis. Let's keep. You gotta you gotta read the title, bro. This what happen when y'all be leaving y'all kids with y'all little brothers, but your little brothers like in high school or early 20s.
I got the money for the booty.
What?
I got the money for the booty.
Look, y'all got these little girls out here acting ratchet. We can laugh at this shit because I'm pretty sure he got corrected and he doesn't say that word anymore. But that shit is hilarious. Oh. I put that. I got money. CGA. Indeed. Money for... Oh, shit. Oh. I appreciate you, Miss Song. I said, look, she's... Look, and I'm going to get in trouble the next time I'm in her chat. I know I am. Look, Death Reaper says, raising tricks. We all are. We all pay for it at some point in time. I don't care what anybody says. That's for another live stream as well. Let me see. Degenerate XR says, hi, little man said he ready. Like I said, it's not pussy, but put... Look, he just repeating what he heard. Y'all stop letting that baby say that. That shit ain't funny. I'm gonna play it again next time, goddammit. All right, before we get up out of here, again, I told y'all I'm gonna tie this all together. I love when we have comedy breaks, but let's bring it back. So again, this is probably gonna branch off into a whole other live stream itself, just becoming king, strategy, vision, and really getting into like long-term planning and game. But I did want to connect it all to where we at.
If you can list the fucked up things that have happened.
Back on me, my bad. Picked up the wrong thing. The healing without shame. I wanted to bring that back on. So again, like Kat said, if you can list the things that you've survived and yet you're still here, don't forget those. I'm going to bring it back onto something, but I'm going to give Kevin a word. Of course, I got to give it up to him because like I always tell y'all, you matter. So he's telling you, you get to be better.
Men, I don't care how up your life is. I don't care how bad your credit is. I don't care if you could be living on your homeboy's couch, working at Burger King right now, walking to work. You can get better. I've been there. People are like, man, look at that suit. Look at this. Look, bro, I got tell you if I got stuff that I'm just not going to put on YouTube, but I'll just tell you, I have been at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom behind some simping and behind some bad life choices. All legal, but just, man, everybody goes. But you know when it started getting better for me is when I decided, it's like, you know what? The only place to go is up. You can get better. Life is still left to be out there.
Bring it back on me. Life is still out there. The only way to go is up. Remember what Kat said. This is all going to tie together. Y'all know Kofa do shit for a reason. Part of my little quirkiness. So let me bring it back. I think I was laughing at y'all comments. So again, we're going to do this. Let me go healing without shame. So we went over stop being a martyr. Stop self-sacrificing. Learn to be strategically selfish. Learn the power of no. One of my favorites. Saying it, meaning it, standing on it, even if it's just, even if you say just because, you don't owe anybody an explanation. The power of no. The financial cost, emotional cost of not saying no and standing on it. We went over that. Healing without shame, and this is where it's going to come together. Healing without shame, where you had Cat Williams talking about write down, literally, because I've done this, literally write down the things that you have gone through that you remember that were at your worst. Fuck your triggers. I'm going to tell you, fuck your triggers. Put yourself back in that situation. You're able to write about it right now. You're able to write it down on paper, what you went through. Why? Because you went through it. Past tense. You're in a present now. You're in a present tense now. Write down what you went through because you survived that shit. Write down a couple of more things because you survived that. Don't forget it. And you were able to survive it because you kept going, just like Kevin said. There's the only one way to go is up. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all, Kofa saying, uphill is the way. Everybody want to move forward in life. Everybody want to go up in life. There's only one direction that does both of those at the same time, and it's uphill. Uphill is the way. All these schemers, scammers, hustlers, they'll cut somebody's throat, take a shortcut, all those other things, and they'll try to convince y'all of that shit. And unfortunately, it looks like right now, a lot of them are winning in this podcast conversational space. But I'm telling you, fuck these microphones and cameras. Real life. I want my job, before I start bringing on financial gurus and shit like that, my job is to get you smarter quicker, get you to where you can believe in yourself, healing without shame. Kevin told you get to be better. I told you uphill is the way. He was saying that there's only one way to go but up. So now this last clip I want to leave y'all with is about being thankful. Don't forget to be fucking thankful, because you was going through the worst shit in your life. Somebody else was going through the worst shit in their life, and theirs was worse than yours. Pay attention.
It's a motherfucker in a Honda wishing he had a Ferrari. It's a motherfucker riding a bike wishing he had a Honda. It's a motherfucker at a bus stop wishing he had a fucking bike. It's a motherfucker homeless on a bench wishing he had coffee to be on a bus because it's too fucking cold outside. It's a motherfucker in a hospital bed wishing he was fucking homeless to even walk because he's paralyzed. It's a motherfucker dead, burning in hell right now, wishing he was fucking a paraplegic, so at least, even though his body don't work, his mouth work, and he be praying every motherfucking day, trying to avoid going to the hellfire. Be grateful, man. You know what I'm saying? Be grateful. And never let desperation change your destination. Never let frustration change your destination. Never let temptation change your destination. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. But it's worth it.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Be grateful. Somebody always got it worse, and I know it feels weird to say that. I promise you, I went to grab lunch today. I'm driving, I'm at the red light. I look over on my passenger side out the window. It's 90 something degrees here in Georgia today. This chick is laying out there on the ground on top of a sleeping bag, but on the ground under a thin ass tree outside of a gas station, just sitting there looking at traffic. She's disheveled, she's dirty. You can see something is, she's not just homeless, because homeless people aren't going to just, homeless people with sense, they're not just going to choose to sit and bake in the hot ass sun in Georgia. You can see something was off with that sister. And the first thing that came to my mind, I'm driving, talking to the Most High. Thank you. Thank you. I make a habit out of saying that sometimes throughout the day. Thank you. Not talking to anybody in particular, talking to the Most High, not for anything in particular, not for the house, not for just my ability to, I saw that motherfucker slam on his brakes before I ran into the back of him, and I was able to stop in time. Thank you. Damn, this water feel a little bit colder to me today. Thank you. I don't know what y'all believe in, how you believe, if you do or don't, but mindfulness and gratefulness will go a long way. I don't care who or what, or if you don't. Be thankful for something today, because it could be worse. Again, heal without that shame, bro. You get to heal. Your healing is going to look different than Kofa's. Now, healing, what I would say, healing isn't going out here and redoing to somebody else what you had done to you. People don't think I heal because I cuss so damn much, or I talk my shit about relationships. But I know a lot of unhealed people This walking in the hands of the Lord, let them tell it. Quote Bible scriptures left and right. Still, that sister can't keep her legs closed. That brother can't keep his dick in his pants. But they know that scripture. And everybody's going to clap for him. I'm on YouTube cussing up a storm. But y'all know I actually give a fuck. You get to heal. Write down the worst shit you went through. Look at it and know you survived it just to remind yourself. And then burn it. Let all that shit go. Kevin then told you, you get to be better. This is why I tell you matter all the time. Last part of that, don't forget to be grateful. We're going to extend this conversation. Like I said, not this particular one, but my last talking point is not up here, but it's become the king strategy, vision, and long-term game. So we're going to expand on that. But again, brothers, I can't start bringing people on one until I truly get settled back in here, because being gone last year really did throw me off. And bringing guests on, I got to get better equipment and shit. But I can't even go to that route. It's not that time yet until we really drive home some of these points of getting better up here and in here and definitely here to get yourself on a path to be better, where you can find a family if you want one, or be okay with not having one. Either way, this shit is about you. Let me get to y'all comments. We're going to roll up out of here. So I'm going to catch BT and this Timberwolves game. Let me see. Brother Malika says, talking about the little boy, said he's too young to make it rain. He can only make it drizzle and fizzle. Indeed. Def Reaper says, watch gamer. I know, but yeah, let me see. Y'all just there. Boom. Yep. Pedantic says, St. Kevin Samuels. Indeed. Surfer says, damn, I miss Kevin. R.I.P. Chelsea says, great advice. I appreciate you, sis. Def says, we be learning, brother.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Simple. I try to keep it simple as possible. And a lot of this stuff, I know I'm not telling y'all. Y'all not learning for the first time. You're not hearing for the first time. But Kofa's just here to drive the point home, bro. Just drive it home. Surfer says, fire. Appreciate that. Pedantic says, fire. Pooh says, I'll catch the playback. I appreciate you, good brother Pooh. Surfer says, speak the truth. Indeed. Pedantic says, cussing is cathartic.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Speaking of SAT words, cathartic, let's scroll up. I think, boom. Surfer, or AKA Steven, had dropped this earlier. He said, Sahelanthropus is one of humanity's earliest fossil relatives that was discovered. All right, then. Wasn't expecting that one, but I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. Let me bring this down. But yes, I wanted to leave out on that note of mindfulness, gratefulness. I appreciate y'all being here all the time, man. As you leave out, come in, you're catching it live, catch the replay, hit the like button. The like button is free. Again, PayPal, Cash App is up there if you want to donate offline. I mean, when I'm not on live. I can't thank y'all enough. We're going to close out. I'll be back later on this week. Not sure what day. We got some more things to discuss. Maybe next week, because I do got to go see my little man. But if I'm not here this week, I'll tell you what. If I'm not here this week, I owe y'all 3 lives next week. So if I don't come back between Thursday and Sunday, I got y'all at least 3 times next week. At least. That's my word. So I appreciate y'all being in here. Once again, this has been Growth Talk Entertainment, where growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. This is where we help men find a positive fuck it. I have been your humble host, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not Kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa. Easy to say, easy to spell. Thank y'all again for being in here. As always, I love you. Ain't shit you can do about it. You matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Peace. Peace, y'all.